Course in Miracles number 102, Chuck Karstensen. Following up on my last episode about being determined to see, with this one being determined to see things differently. So, again, this goes along with a lesson in the Manual for Students, Course in Miracles book, and it did follow up to my last video, and that's why I'm doing this one. So, we all need to see things differently. Anytime you have some anger, let's say, for example, you would want to start to see things differently to remove that anger. Or if you have depression, you would need to start to see things differently to move away from those thoughts, emotions, feelings of depression. So 100%, many people have some anger, some depression, other emotions in between that are not ideal, that help hold us back from experiencing happiness and joy. So definitely we need to see things differently. So how do you do that? Again, it goes back to practicing it. When we have the Manual for Students, these daily lessons, they're practicing, and sometimes they're visualizing a situation that, for example, makes you angry, or a person or a thing that makes you angry, and you, in this case, would say, I see blank, this person, differently. Eyes closed, kind of visualize the situation differently, visualize the person differently. And going back to my last episode, seeing the light in the person, or looking towards the real world and not seeing the illusions, you can work on that. You can practice it by seeing things differently. That's not a real situation. That it's really pulling me down. So what is the common denominator when things are not going your way? I'm also reading the book, The One Thing, and just starting it, but I've read it before and it's been a while. And let's talk about, you're in traffic, and the traffic, you got errands to run, you got a place to be, you're running late, and the traffic makes you angry, right? Because you're running behind, you got places to be. The next day, maybe you're listening to music, you're not in a hurry, you like the song, and you're just getting your way to work and you're feeling good. So same road, same traffic, different maybe situation that day, and the common denominator is you. Otherwise, every person in that traffic would be angry if traffic was something that made you angry, or every person in that traffic would be happy if listening to music in traffic made you happy, right? So you're the common denominator that would need to see things differently. First, you have to realize that. Often people try to put like their challenges on somebody else, that, boy, if that person was different. But no, so you have to practice seeing the situation differently by taking the time. And in this case, a lot of times closing your eyes, visualize it, or even thinking it through, like, okay, yes, I'm part of that situation. I will work on seeing things differently. But yes, with the Course in Miracles, you literally take dedicated times for this lesson of seeing things differently, at least 5 times a day for about a minute, not a very long time. I would focus on, take a breath, close my eyes, focus on what maybe is making me angry, making me depressed, making me sad, meaning some kind of emotion. They actually say angry in this one. I don't get super angry, but then I think about it. It's like, yeah, there's a little bit of anger, and they even say, even if it's a little bit of anger, you got to kind of work through that, because it leads to the other stuff. So it's very interesting. Seeing things differently really starts again with a practice. Been a theme of my last 10 videos here. You got to practice whatever you're working on to get better at it. And you have to practice seeing things differently. You have to take a deep breath, be a little bit isolated, a little bit of quiet, and close your eyes and just say, I'm determined to see blank differently with your eyes closed. I'm determined to see this situation differently. So you substitute that, take time, and do it a few times a day. It'll help you. It'll be a little step. Little step takes time. Consistency over time. That's part of practice.